there's a metaphor. And when I first heard it, I loved it, but I don't like it anymore. The metaphor was that your habitual personal thinking is like a loud, noisy rock band or brass band or thrash metal band. And that your wisdom is like this quiet flute in the background. And so you need to calm the noisy thing down before you can hear the quiet. Who's sat around waiting for wisdom to guide them?
On occasion.
On occasion, yeah, me too. Well, I'd like to propose a heretical view. And the heretical view is it doesn't work that way. That's not the way it works. I know I may have said it did in the past, but I take it back. What I want to invite you to consider is that not only is wisdom always communicating with you, but it's communicating with you really obviously. Really obviously. So that's one of the things I want to offer you this weekend. But I'm also a big fan of the question, what would you love to get from this? And so you don't have to think about that now, but I'd also love you to open to the possibility that something that you've been wanting, or some change you've been wanting to make, or some, something that would make a big difference to you, that you could see something more deeply about that and have some real impact from it this weekend and going forward. I was talking to Johnny before we started, and Johnny said, I think, one sentence to me, and I then extrapolated a whole bunch of hallucination based on that. I have no idea whether any of it was on the money, but your words to my recollection were, I'm still stuck in the corporate, living the corporate dream, which I take it was not so much of a happy dream as it might be. And what I said to Johnny was, well, I really get what it's like to be doing something that's not necessarily what you want to be doing, but having the idea of something that you want to be doing, or some way you want to be living or working or whatever it might be, and to be in the place of kind of, yeah, once I'm doing that, then I'll be fulfilled, I'll feel free, I'll really be, making a difference, I'll be giving my gifts to the world, all that sort of stuff. I can relate to that. But that's an outside-in trick as well. And it's totally fine to want that. It's totally fine to want to have aspirations and desires, something you'd love to create. That's totally fine. What I said to Johnny is, I'd love you to open to the possibility that, but for your thinking, you would already be experiencing all the felt sense of what you expect that to give you. All the fulfillment, all the freedom, all the joy, all the aliveness, all the high performance, the clarity, all of that stuff. You would all, and me too, whatever I think the future will be great when I get there, because all the things I think that'll be giving me, but for my superstitious thinking, I would be having those experiences today. Not the circumstantial experiences. If I say, man, it would be great to drive a Ferrari to my Bavarian castle. Not that I want a Bavarian castle. I have enough trouble keeping my 2-bedroom flat tidy. But if I think, that would make me really happy. Well, but for my thinking, I would be having that kind of experience of life today in terms of my felt experience of it. And here's the funny thing. The more you're having that felt experience today, the easier it is to create whatever you want to create, whatever's a good fit for you to create, and the more likely you are to be experiencing that when you get there. Does that make sense? The idea of, and I know no one thinks of it this way, but the idea of, I'll put off feeling good until I've got the external circumstances that fit with that, actually makes it harder to create those, not easier.